Hey race fam, Brian Davis races and you can too. And Brian Davis races in the rain and you can too. I think that's what's going to happen today. We are going to get absolutely destroyed with rain on today's race. Now this is a new course for Tour of America's Dairyland. This time I'm positive of that. I understand there's a hill in it. I didn't look at the elevation profile, but I understand there's a pretty significant hill. It's a short lap. I think there's really only 2 corners. Everything else is kind of a half circle loop. Race fam, do not despair. I will race if given the opportunity. Now, would I rather sit at home and drink coffee and eat donuts? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. But like I said in yesterday's video, racing motivates me to train. Training keeps me from dying. So, you know, in those terms, racing in the rain is way better than dying. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm going to cheat death by racing in the rain. That's what I'm telling myself. This is actually what happens inside here. Okay, it's pouring. Let's take a look. I like driving in the country. I find it soothing, relaxing to my old soul. So that's what I'm gonna do. I hope y'all are having a good Saturday. I'm about to not have a good Saturday. All right, let's go race bikes. Okay, welcome to Wauwatosa. Wauwatosa. We are in a neighborhood today, and based on the speed at which people are coming down this hill, it appears there's an uphill. Let's go investigate that. Oh, right up a hill. Start line, right up the hill.
And you can too.
Right on. Thanks, brother. That's a rip and turn. Whoa. Oh, dry weather. Please, 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 dry weather. Yeah, buddy. That's our slide out friend. Oh, this is gonna be close. Okay, race fam, this is going to be an interesting course. This is, you know, not typically a course that I feel like I would do well in. That's just realism. Yeah, optimism is fun, but being realistic is part of it. So, today's plan. I'm just going to keep attacking until I fall over and die. Not attacking, I shouldn't say. I'm going to keep trying to join stuff. But I will make you this promise. If I try to join stuff, I will not, I repeat, I will not take the field with me. I promise. I will get separation and then try to go. Or die trying. That's it. I'm not going to be able to sprint on this thing anyway. But I get so beat up at the end of these races. I hate to even call myself a sprinter because I'm just toast. Oh well, so many things to work on. I don't know how triathletes do it, right? Like you suck at 3 sports. That'd be unbearable. And then you have to wear clothes like that. So can't do it. Stick with bikes. It's all my little pea brain can handle. All right, race fam, let's go racing today at the Highlands course. So you can see this course, super interesting layout and interesting course, right? Like the first time I heard about it's going to be in a neighborhood, I was like, I don't know if that's going to be very interesting. But it's a gorgeous neighborhood. The streets are nice and wide. The turns are fine. This next turn coming up is, well, way up there, is spicy, that's for sure. It's on a downhill, and it's kind of got some character to it, but anyway, none of it was too bad, and the other one was at the top of a hill. Interestingly, a number of crashes at the top of the hill at that corner, so you could still carry quite a bit of speed up to that corner, so maybe that was what it was about. But in any event, So I got dropped in this race. Just a spoiler alert, that's what happened. However, after looking at the footage, I'm like, I went home a little upset. Not a huge deal, but I'm like, that's frustrating. Of course, it's frustrating to drive an hour and a half to go race your bike for 25 minutes and then drive back. But it is what it is. When I look at the footage, though, I'm like, I'm actually pretty proud of the effort I put in. My normalized power for this race was 299 watts, which is a lot of watts for me. And my heart rate was actually under control. Where I think I went astray, I went astray was just putting too many huge efforts in a row. So there were 4 times in this race that I was over 1,000 watts. Not for an extended period of time, but for long enough to make a difference. If you go back and look at the very start, I hit 14. My max wattage was right at the start line, 1,400 watts. Like, do I need to do that right at the start line? I probably don't. Like, what's really the difference in this field between being in the 10th wheel or being in the 20th wheel? Well, if I have to give 1,400 watts to be in the 10th wheel, it's probably not worth it, right? So, and I was in a little baby gear too, so I'm really surprised that it got up to 1,400 watts. I don't know. But a number of other times I hit over 1,000 watts, and that's just going to cost you. And so there's a few efforts where I closed some gaps that were left behind. It's not much I can do about that, and a few were done by choice. So we'll see how that edit. I got to move myself out of the way here for a second. Hang on, sorry. Whoa. Okay, because I got to see when these brakes are coming. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that'll work. So, yeah. Good. Interesting today. I think a racer who won the race on a solo break, Matt Usborn, he was in a previous race. I'm not sure if he's done all of them, but wow, impressive move. I'm sure he's got a pedigree that I'm not 100% familiar with that somebody in the comments can tell me about, but I'm willing to bet it's no joke. So there you go. Okay, so I was listening to my podcast again. I've been listening lately to Fast Talk podcast. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's a good one. It's a lot about polarized. They bring in Dr. Steven Seiler quite a bit. And it's changed a couple of my thought processes about polarized, so we'll get into that in future videos. And then, we just got to figure out what to do for next year, right? So my coach, Zach, did a great job of getting me ready for the race, regardless of the results. I feel like I'm in the best shape that I've been in a long time, and perhaps ever. So I think there's some fundamental things that we need to go address in the off season, and we'll have a discussion to figure out what we're going to do to attack those things. But I'm not concerned about it by any means. I just think we needed more time to get ready for this race. So anyway, that's that. And tomorrow's the last race, so maybe I can pull something out tomorrow and have a good finish. It's okay. Either way, I'm happy. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not dead. So the training keeps me focused, keeps me healthy, eating right. I've been experimenting quite a bit with vegan eating in the last 3 weeks, and I feel great. Somebody asked me why I was doing it. I was like, I'm finding it's really more mood than anything else. Like I get stupid anger stuff and whatever. I don't know why I'm mad. Life's pretty good, but I get mad sometimes, but I feel like I get mad less often with the vegan stuff. I don't know. And my weight's down, so maybe there's a weight component to it, although that's not the driving motivation for me. I just feel like more energetic, cleaner, healthier when I'm not doing meat. Now watch this. Those guys, the White brothers, I think they're on the front back there, they totally back off. They let our little group go up the front because they don't care about any of us. Well, actually, I think that's Ben Sharp in front of me, so they would probably care about him. But they're looking at that like, well, he's not with strong riders, so no big deal. And then they're going to let somebody else come close that up. Thank you, somebody else, and they follow along, so they don't really have to do anything, but they get to waste matches from everybody. And there goes Carlos, there goes the White brother, there goes the other White brother, and that's the big move. And I'm like, I even told the guy next to me, I'm like, that's the one. But see, what's interesting is how they set that up. So kudos to them. And then I get up there, and this is funny. I think to myself, oh yeah, I said I'm not going to bring the field. Now, I was not strong enough to close this gap by myself or get separation at that moment. So there's those 3, and then there's 2 people ahead of them. Not quite sure who's up there. Maybe that was the Usborn fella, and maybe somebody else. So then we back it way down, and I'm thinking, all right, somebody's going to come. But I didn't know that we had this gap till I'm watching this footage. So if I maybe would have known that, I would have put in more effort here. And then I sense people are coming around fast, so I'm gonna step it up. And again, I think I hit 1,000 watts there, trying to stay with this group. That's good. That's good. I'm like, that's aggressive racing. Like, again, when I'm watching this, I'm like, that's good. I feel like I'm doing some of the right thing. Oh, that poor guy, he lost his derailleur. His whole derailleur like snapped off. Kind of crazy. Now, see, tantalizingly close to the White brothers and Carlos right there, but I'm thinking, I still can't do it. I still can't do it. And then Bart's thinking, maybe he can do it. So Carlos and the White brothers got to that lead group, but I just didn't have the pop to go with Bart. And I kept thinking, oh, somebody's going to come around us, or I just can't do it. And I'm certainly not going to take the field with me if I can't do it with separation. I'm not going to do it. That was kind of the thought process there. So here we go up the hill, and then I'm going to make a cut here. This is one of those gaps. So after that, we kind of chilled out. The group was resolved to a bit of a fate, but we were still going pretty hard for sure. And then gap on the hill. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. But I close it up, and I tried to close it up hard. Again, I think I hit 1,000 watts there. I tried to close it hard because I don't want to give free watts to the guys that are struggling. I want to just get by them and be done with it. So this is later on. This is an attack. Oh, sorry. No, this is another gap, but this person's going to close it for me, and he did a great job doing that. And I got, quote-unquote, a free ride, but it didn't feel free. It felt very painful. So thank you, Donkey Label, for the lift. I think one of you guys crashed at the end. I don't know who it was. Hopefully you're okay. So close it. We're closing, and we closed it. Okay. Now, I think that group is... See, I'm so far back, I can't really give you good commentary on the front of the race, so you'll have to ask somebody who was up there. All right. I'm back to the back because that's where I need to be at the moment. Another gap. Oh, gosh darn it, another gap on the hill. And another time hitting 1,000 or close to it watts to close that up. And that's it. Another cut coming up. I think this one maybe is not so pathetic. All right, so then we get a little move off the front of our group, and I think, okay, maybe I'll go join that. So again, proud of myself for having the fortitude to go do that. Mike looks like he's struggling. I'm just going to go past Mike and try to get to this next group. And again, so I look at that like, okay, that's good, but maybe I should not have gone past Mike so quickly. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Who are these fellas? This is right before. So again, we're... Look at the separation this little pod has. And then I think we get closed up because we go so slow up the hill. Not that it's their fault, but we just do. And we just can't close it to that group ahead of us. This really, I thought this was going to be the split of the day. There was going to be this was going to be it. But I think that field in behind us rejoins. Yep. Because I'm out of gas again, man. I'm out of gas. But I feel good about like identifying some of these things and trying my best. So that guy ended up getting second in the race, so he must have closed that. And then the group at some point must have come back together because he had to beat way more than that group that's up the road to get second place. He did a solo break on the last lap, I believe maybe 2 to go, something like that, to get second. So I have him finishing in the footage later. All right, see, maybe if I would have stuck with Bud, I could have had a more measured effort. Okay, this is right at detonation, and then the next clip I have, I just left it go fast forward because after I detonate, I still kind of gather myself, and I think, I'm gonna wait till I get pulled instead of quitting. I'm gonna wait till I get pulled. So that's ultimately what I did. Here in a minute, but I just wanted to show you, like, this is the moment where I hang it up for the day. So we're 20 minutes into an hour-long race. I feel like I made it a little bit further than that, but maybe not. The data does not lie. Oh, I did make it further because we did. Okay, this is the fast forward because I'm like, oh, keep going till you get pulled. So don't give up. And then I did, and then Michael Froh came and joined me, and people were cheering for him. They kept saying Froh. I swear I thought they were saying Pro because I have GoPros on my bike. I was wrong. They were cheering for Michael Froh. So we get a little group here, us three working together to try to, you know, I don't know what we were doing, but it was better than quitting. So we did 2 laps that way. The Evoque rider, Michael Froh, and myself. And then we do get the yank. We get the hook coming up on the start finish here. And then Michael darts ahead to win. Well, that ended poorly, but I got a beer from the neighbors. He looks like he's in pretty good shape. May as well go for it.
Coming from Texas Roadhouse. And that'll be Bart Flipper.
Yeah, Bart!
And Peter's jersey.
Ways to get at this.
Saundra did kind of an experiment, not really as a scientist, but...
Fun fact, I've had an Impossible Burger on my way home from Toad every day. Today, this Burger King has an extra Impossible Burger for only $1. Tough to beat. Hello, Burger King.